If you're seeing this video, I know that you've been going through a lot of transformation lately. And I think that this has been one of the most powerful transformations yet. There's something happening within us. Something that we've foreseen for a long time, maybe even years, maybe even something that we always felt was within us. Something we always felt was there since we were young. But it's awake now. I'm gonna put everything I am on the line, and I'm gonna make a claim right now, so big, so great, but only because I know that what is within you is so big, that what is within you is truly so great. You see, this transformation that we've been going through, more power every day. It also does mean that we are becoming much more sensitive, much more aware to certain things within ourselves that may have in the past driven our lives unconsciously, but now we are so conscious of them that some of us here seeing this message today, we may be feeling certain kinds of panic. We may be feeling certain kinds of fear. You must allow your awareness of these fears, of these voices within you still maybe coming up and telling you that you're not good enough or tricking you into certain things like this. You must keep moving forwards. You must remember to acknowledge that these voices are lies, that these voices are not really who you are. If you want to succeed in your life, if you want to really live life, not just be alive, but really live it. And I don't think you'd be here if you weren't somebody like this. I really don't. I think you want to take the wheel of your life. I think you want to drive. I think you want to end up in the places you want to end up. You want to have the amazing relationships you feel in your heart, and you want to achieve such great success in this life that you are able to contribute to people outside of yourself. I hope that I've struck a chord right now with a certain part of you, and I hope they're listening. The part of you that knows. Now I want you to decide right now, maybe you already know it, maybe you don't. You can pause this video if you don't. I want you to make a decision for your purpose in your life. What do you want? What is your focus? Who are you going to be in this life? What are you going to achieve? And most importantly, in my own opinion, what am I going to give and share to this world that goes beyond myself, that goes beyond just what can I get for me, but what can I create for others? Now decide this purpose. And again, pause the video if you don't know. Now's a good time to do so, and then come back. Now I want you to state that purpose out loud right now. Just say it out loud. And as you hear yourself say it, pay close attention to whether when you say it, you feel absolute conviction, absolute confidence within yourself that you are the fulfillment of this purpose, that you absolutely will achieve this, and there is nothing that can stop you. Notice, do you feel that sort of conviction as you hear yourself say it? Or do you feel some doubt, some disbelief? Do you feel like there's parts of you that are afraid, like, who am I kidding? Or no, I've got too many weaknesses, I can't do that. This is one of the most powerful methods I have personally discovered in my journey, and I do believe it is what we have connected today so that you can apply it in your life and you can see a real difference taking place. I want you to repeat your purpose to yourself over and over again throughout the day. And until you can get to a point where you're saying it with absolute conviction, absolute faith, then you will never be able to amount to it. Because you have to 100% believe that you are capable of this. You have to have 100% conviction that you are capable and will do this. Otherwise, moment to moment in your life, you will keep saying, no, not yet, I'm not ready yet. You're just gonna keep letting these moments pass you by. And see, I think if you want to live a really fulfilling life, and again, this is just my opinion. I want to be honest about that. This is my opinion. This is how I think. This is how I operate. Think for yourself. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But you know what I think? I think that every single day, if you have not done something, whether that be within yourself or a true action in your reality or some kind of shift in some kind of way, if you have not done something today that is moving you towards the achievement of that definite purpose, then you have wasted the day. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that say we should just be present. We should just enjoy this moment. We should be here now. We should remember who we are. We should unlock love, peace, joy, enlightenment. And I want to tell you something from the higher end of these vibrational scales, and I know that you will know whether what I am saying is true for yourself. I know you have the intelligence to realize this for yourself. At the higher end of these vibrational scales, there is a realization within every single one of us that we are the Creator embodied. And we realize that we are here with a purpose. And we realize that the most fulfilling thing to us is to stand up and fulfill that purpose, to give who we are and the special gifts that we came into this world with. That is what we realize on the higher end of the scales. Why do you think all the enlightened masters throughout time and history and the people at the higher end of these scales were doing so much in the world for others? Let me ask you something, and I'm not trying to get religious right now, and I never will, because I care to leave religion out of the conversations we have. To me, it is unnecessary. I just want to use this guy as an example. Jesus. Do you think that Jesus, I'm really asking you this, what do you think? Do you think that Jesus, as a real historical figure, whether you believe he did these miracles or not, I don't personally care, but as a real historical figure, do you believe that Jesus sat around and just prayed to God to please make a difference in the world, to please improve his life, to please help the people around him? Or did Jesus make this distinction? Did Jesus say within himself, wait a second, I am God. How about I stand up and I do the work that I've been waiting for someone else to do? How about I stand up and I actually make a difference? How about I speak up? How about I take these actions? How about I actually start going around the world and sharing the gift within myself, rather than just praying that God will do it? What if I am God? What if the reason I'm here is because God, the Creator, Source, whatever you want to call it, has a very specific and important plan for you? Why do you think it is that people like Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, Thomas Edison, Gandhi, what do you think all these people have in such common? And we all look to them as a society with such praise, but I think a lot of us don't really click in our mind and heart the reason why. These people did not sit around and wait for change to happen in their lives. They stood up and they made it happen. And I know that if you're here seeing this video, not only do you have this power and ability within you, but that you are consciously aware of it. You could not be perceiving of this conversation if you weren't. Now let me be more scientific and clear about this so it's not so woo-woo and out there. If this conversation did not resonate with you, you would have quit out of this video and clicked on something else by now. Right? Is that not true, that you have absolute free will power? People have very short attention spans these days. You would not be here watching and listening this if you did not feel the value of it within yourself. It is just that simple. And the fact that you recognize the value here, the fact that you recognize that power within you, means that you have a unique opportunity, my friend, to be one of the few in this world who are alive right now, who are not just alive, not just working to eat and sleep and watch their shows. And no, I think that you have the opportunity here today to realize that you are one of the few who will rise up, who will choose to be just as these very powerful figures throughout our history have demonstrated to us. That it's not time to wait around for change to happen anymore. It's time to wake up and realize that you are the change that the world is asking for. That is why you are here. The world has called you here. You have been born into this world for a very specific reason, because infinite intelligence, which is what I prefer to call God, infinite intelligence, this creative intelligence that is in everything. And you can scientifically prove it to yourself. Just look around. Just see all the connections in nature. See all the ways that everything moves according to a specific system in the stars, on our planet, within ourselves. All these cells are working together. There is an intelligence at play here. I don't care what you call it or what you believe it is. There is an intelligence at play. You cannot deny this. There is an intelligence at play. And I want you to understand something today. I want you to walk away from this video and I want you to realize not only is there an intelligence at play, but you are this very intelligence. You are part of it. The same way that there are cells within our body all working together, all holding you up in this physical human suit so that your spirit can be here and do things. Understand this. There are billions of life forms living within you. All these cells, all these intricate processes happening. And they have their own conscious reality of their own. They have their own purposes that they fulfill. And that yields life to you. So what if there's cells that have their own individual life within our body? And that is you. That gives you life. And what if we are all cells of the earth? And what if earth is the cell of the galaxy? And what if the galaxy is the cell of the universe? And the universe is the cell of what? I'm going to let you contemplate that. I've looked within myself deeply, and I know that you have too. And I know that we are part of a oneness, a one singular infinite intelligence. You and I exist within the same being. And just like there are cells fulfilling certain purposes within our body, we have a certain purpose to fulfill within the cell of God, within the cell of the universe, within the cells of infinite intelligence. And if you do not fulfill your purpose, then you might as well be a cancerous cell. This is just my opinion. What are the cells within us that don't know what to do or forget how to do their job or just sit around and don't do anything? What do? They either atrophy and die, or they create disease within the body. I promise you that if you rise up and you choose to be an effective cell within the being of the universe, within the being of infinite intelligence will shine its light upon you. More abundance, more power comes to you when you rise up and decide to be the change in the world, where most people are just praying and waiting for that change to happen. The select few who rise up and realize they are the change that this world and they have been looking for, and they be it, infinite intelligence throws itself on your side. It makes you a winner because it wants you to win, because it is in infinite intelligence's best interest. It is in God's best interest that you fulfill your purpose. So when you align with your purpose, which I know you have been in your life, but when you push past that fear, when you push past these parts of yourself that want to trick you and tell you to give up, that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, when you push past these parts of yourself and you show up every day and you apply yourself, you want to know what happens? God, the universe, infinite intelligence, the power, who you really are, shows up and brings more resources, more energy, more success, more power to you, because it is in God's best interest, it is in infinite intelligence's best interest that you fulfill your purpose. The same way nutrients in our body are directed to the cells that are working effectively, the nutrients and the abundance on our planet will be directly directed to you if you are fulfilling your purpose. And I promise you that your purpose has a lot to do with something outside of yourself. It's not just about getting success for you. It's not just about getting money for you. It's not just about attracting a romantic partner. Look around the world, look around you, and consciously recognize what are the problems in the world. What are the problems in the world? What are the problems in my life? What are the problems in my friend's life, my community? What's the problem in our global scale, in our collective? What are the problems that people suffer with? And if you ask yourself this, you will discover the problem that you are the most aware of. And I believe that the problem you are the most aware of, that you are most conscious of, that you see the most, I believe that there is a reason that is the problem that comes to you. I believe that it has to do with your unique purpose. And I believe the next step in this phase is to go within ourselves and ask, what can I do? What can I do to make a difference in this area? What can I do to make a change? What can I do to help? How can I solve these problems for people with the skills, with the gifts, with the energy that I am, that the Creator has given me, that has made me who I am in this moment? What can I do to help? And understand that a truly powerful person who understands self-reliance, they know that sitting around thinking about all the things they can't do is a worthless waste of time. Start with what you can do. Work from there. And if every single day you work towards being the solution to this problem, I know, because of personal experience, it's the only reason I could be making a video like this, having this conversation with you. I know this from my own personal experience. If you begin to solve these problems using the strengths and the gifts that you have been given, more and more power and energy and abundance and intelligence comes to you so that you can solve it on an even bigger scale. And you may discover as you solve these issues, so to speak, that even more solutions come to you, and you may begin to consciously recognize other problem areas in the world, and you may begin to apply yourself there too. There is no end to how much you can do in this lifetime. By the end of your life, I know that the potential within you is to achieve something so great that it is a magnificent monument to the life that you were here living, something that will far outlive you. Something that creates an immense amount of value for the world and everyone around you. I know that that potential lies within you, but unless you recognize it, unless you courageously stand up and you decide to tap into that, then you'll live a life like 98% of people live, just getting by. And I don't think that that's who you are. I don't think that that's who you really are within yourself. I really don't. And if you want to tap into that power and bring it into reality, guess what? There's only one thing you have to do. Tap into it and bring it into reality. So let's do this right now. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do an activation, a very short meditative moment together. So let's go ahead and get comfortable with where we are. And close your eyes. And go ahead and place your hand over your heart. Now this is important because your heart has a very powerful magnetic field. It has been scientifically proven now time and time again in various studies. Now this magnetic field is able to break through the barrier of time, the fourth dimension. This has been proven scientifically again. Now, as we break through the barrier of time, our heart is able to see past who we may believe we are right now so that we can see our greatest self, our highest vibrational self, so to speak, who we really are. Our heart knows, and it never forgets. Now, as your hands are on your heart, bring your awareness and your attention into your heart. Just allow yourself this moment to feel into that space, that heart space. Allow yourself to tune into this energy and simply ask it to show you what you came here to see, the message you came here to receive today. Now, ask and allow your heart to show you in a vision, in a feeling, in a knowing. Who are you really? Who did you come here to be? Now understand, this is who you really are. But you can't be who you really are by just sitting around and waiting for it to happen. Being who you are means standing up in your life and being them, starting where you are. Don't get caught up in how far away that goal seems to you. Just start now. Start now. You will get there. You will. But only if you choose to be who you are right now in this moment and every moment following. Now I want to thank you for being here today, because I know that I'm not alone out here. I know that there are many people out there in the world just like you. And I wanted you to know my opinion of you. It's just my opinion. My opinion of you is that you are a very intelligent person. Let's remind ourselves now, right now in this moment, the difference between intelligence and wisdom. Intelligence is information that you know, that you understand. Wisdom is using that knowledge, using that understanding you have in your life, actually taking action with it. That's wisdom. Actually being that, doing that, bringing that wisdom through you. I know so many intelligent and smart people out there that just know so much. And still, the person who believes in themselves and is willing to show up every day will achieve millions of times over what that other person who is so intelligent could. Because it turns out that believing in yourself is more important than being capable. Because if you believe in yourself and you show up every day, infinite intelligence will supply you with all of the information, all of the opportunities that you need to fulfill your purpose. So it doesn't really matter what your schooling is, or what you look like, or whether you're rich or poor. Start where you are. I know you can do this, and I know that it's what you're here for. That's my opinion of you. I think you're great. But I think that the world is going to miss out on your greatness if you don't stand up and choose to really start being it. Thanks. Much love to you. and I hope to see you for the next video.